Hey guys, as you can see, I have the Nifty's chart in front of me, and like I mentioned in all my previous video, the only levels to watch out for me personally are, the inside the candle patterns. I know you may not be able to see that here on a 15-minute time frame, but this support and resistance is the immediate one that I'll notice that I am paying attention to. Anything in between, these smaller resistance zone and support zones, these are not worth paying attention to. I've mentioned it multiple times, and today also you notice a lot of volatilities of fake outs in a smaller level. So for me personally, even for tomorrow's session, I'll be only focusing on three levels. That is, on the upper hand, this resistance of the insider candle, and the low of this insider candle will be the support zone, and the ultimate support zone over here, I've mentioned it multiple times. You can just, as I know, if you want to do your own analysis, open it on a daily time frame, you'll be able to notice a very big support zone. You can watch it a little bit back for you can go a little bit back and see it very clearly. Market is respecting this particular level of really well. So I'm hoping that when market comes here, it will give me, as a price action trader, a little bit of flexibility. But right now it's just very volatile for me to trade, and very same thing happening with Bank Nifty as well, right? And today we noticed that we had this very beautiful resistance zone, that market has respected very nicely in the past few sessions. But today market went out of its way, broke out of that zone, and then immediate fake out. So clearly, like I mentioned, there's a lot of volatility in the market. The only level that I'm interested in is the main level, that is over here on Bank Nifty, which is actually a trend line on a daily time frame. As an exercise to do your own analysis, open it on a daily time frame and draw that trend line, and then you'll get the clarity on why market is giving you fake outs in Bank Nifty. So the main news of the day is actually Nifty 50's quarterly Rejig. So basically what that means is the readjustment happening in Nifty. So you see, Nifty 50 is made out of these top 50 stocks, and they're basically put into the index based on their market capital, and the market capital changes every day. So once in every quarter, what they do is all these mutual funds, exchange traded funds, all any sort of fund, be it index fund, ETF, or mutual funds, they will all follow. There will be some of them which follow Nifty 50 or some other index. So NSE has kept something called as NSE quarterly readjustment. So on this particular day, what the companies do, all these funds, what they'll do is, according to whatever is the Nifty's current market capitalization, based on that, whatever is the exact value of the shares, they will readjust their position so they can match the exact weightage of Nifty 50. So out of that, the main news is coming from NTPC, because its market capital has gone up so much. Because they came up with their IPO as well, NTPC as a subsidiary company, so it boosted the company's share price so much, so that now they're expecting $74 million worth of inflow to this particular stock. And then we have Adani, obviously always in the news. Even there was a lot of negativity regarding Adani in the last quarter, so there was a little bit of a downward trajectory in the stock. So market capitalization had fallen. So now that all the negativity is cleared up, Adani has gone up, and so has the market capitalization. So clearly we can see that Adani is expecting about $15 million worth of inflow. And as you can see, here's a very clear chart explaining everything about the particular readjustment here. All the stocks that you see on this side of the left hand side are basically their weightage is going up. That means more inflow will come into these stocks, but weightage will be reduced on the stocks on the right hand side. For example, GWC, apparently $35 million worth of outflow will happen, but the same funds who have invested in Nifty 50, they will now have to buy Bajaj holding and reduce their holdings on GWC. And similarly, all these, you can see it's a whole lot of stocks. There's a lot of mismatch in what is there currently and what has to be done based on the current market capitalization, and that will be happening tomorrow. So we saw a little bit of momentum in all these stocks because of that. And also Adani actually went up 7%. It may not have to do entirely with what the Nifty readjustment is going on, because they had a buy. Basically these brokerage firms, what they do is that they give a buy or a sell rating. Whenever they give a buy rating, all the people who follow that particular brokerage will come and buy those stocks. And the same thing is happening with Adani Enterprise. A brokerage firm named Ventura Securities gave a target saying the stock might has a potential to go up to 3,800 rupees. So now what is happening, all the people are coming and buying the stock. So clearly we notice that this particular stock going up about 7% because of that. And next off we have the chart of Adani here. Is clear volume boost, right? Because of whatever is happening from the Nifty readjustments, along with the brokerage firm Ventura Capital giving a buy rating, that has resulted in a huge up move. And clearly, even from a technical aspect, you can see that the stock was trading very close to the resistance zone and managed to close right above it. And there's a theory in technical analysis that whenever there's a gap in the market, it will always be filled, and be it a gap from above or gap from below, it will be filled, they say. So clearly the next visible resistance from me is the 2800 level. So I'm very curious to see if the theory will hold true this time and Adani will actually fill the gap. Let me know if you'll be tracking this particular stock as well for the next couple of weeks to see if it will come true or not. And next up we have Greaves Cotton. I've mentioned this multiple times in my previous video as well, because Vijay Kedia is one of the legendary investors out there, just like Rakesh Janwala, and he invested in a stock named Greaves Cotton for about I think he invested in a huge amount of money over there. And clearly this has given a boost, because all the people, all the retail investors mostly, they'll think, what, Vijay Kedia has taken a big bet on it, why not me? And they'll come and buy the stock. So as a result, you see that there's a huge surge in the stock. It has gone up. Market capitalization has gone up by about 7,200 crore. That's a huge amount. And clearly, I think KDIG has bought about 131 crores worth of shares. Clearly, he might have made a good profit on it by now. So next up, we have Vodafone. Basically, there's no big news about it. We already knew the news. Basically, DOT has something to do with the telecom industry. They mentioned that Vodafone has a lot of debt. They owe a lot of money to the government, and they waived some of that debt. So clearly now Vodafone management came out today and mentioned that this is a great move. And just because the stock was in news, maybe we noticed a bit of a gap up in the stock, and then it did not hold. But clearly, some momentum, a news based momentum for the day.
If you're a trader following market calls and tips for day trading, use our tool RNT, Research and Trade. All you have to do is link RNT to your trading account, then just sit and relax. Turn trading into business at app.gwcindia.live. Check out description for more details.
Disclaimer: investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.